very tough situation, when you apply this, I wanted to apply with the proper understanding and with the awareness, fully applied.
Okay, very good. So what about you, Padma Shri? How was your weekend?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I remembered it all the time, but still, meaning, I remembered that this body is not mine, but it was more, I can say, feel I was not charged with anything practical to feel that, okay, now I have to react like this, because it was a normal day, normal working day. So I was only remembering it all the time. I was not having any to call any event which I felt, okay, because now I am not the body, I have to react like this. I didn't get any such, but I was remembering it the whole time. Even when I was eating, I was thinking, why am I eating? The body is not me. And then this whole act is for the body. It is not for the the whole thing. The energy that I'm using to eat is used by the consciousness is there to help you eat it, but then it is not for the consciousness. So I only remembered it. I couldn't face myself with any, meaning there was no, it was a normal weekend day. I did not have anything where I could say, okay, earlier I would have reacted like this, and now because I am fully aware that this is there, I didn't feel that. But eating, drinking, every time I was.
Okay. Very nice. So there is another way of doing it. Another way of doing it is, first let us, I'll ask you one question. So we all eat. What is the difference between animal and bird and insect eating and human eating? What do you think is the difference?
First, we try to make it tasty by cooking it.
Okay.
You name different foods, different kinds of.
And different types. We keep choosing what we want.
Okay.
We already plan for our eating, meaning this is what I will cook today, and I will buy. Right from the time we buy things, we have already planned it.
And the best thing is we store for tomorrow.
The
birds and insects don't do that.
Yeah.
When they are hungry, they will go around checking, okay, what to eat.
Yeah, and our eating is based on our taste, childhood. But animals, they have sudden birds. If they have that tree, they survive. Otherwise, they will die. They have only particular thing they eat in that way only.
Okay. So how closely have you interacted or observed an ant? Can you do that for one full day?
Oh, so what?
Ant.
And
Have you?
I used to observe a lot when I was small.
Okay. Now, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Especially after this rainy season is over, if you see the ants, they'll make a small hole and they'll keep bringing that small particle of that mud. They'll make a nice ground. I used to watch continuously. And I used to watch each and every honeybee, because we used to do that honey growing in my native place. And also this the ants, variety of ants, not one type, big one, small one. And some ants we have that in the vegetable, not to protect vegetables, we put ants especially. That to this also day. I have done observation. What is your exact question? What is that I used to observe?
No, what does the ant do in a day?
keeps on working, carrying food.
Yes, it will do only transportation, I think, and then sleep. If the sugar is there, it will go. It will take from anywhere, and it will. It will store. Yes, It
will store, yeah.
Even honey also, honey bees will.
Correct. It's
Yeah,
store.
correct.
I remember then in our courtyard there was a lot of trees and birds and so many things. So a lot of ants also used to be different kinds of ants. The black ants, the big and the small ants. So it all go in a line. And then my brother will feel okay. So we have to give them food. So he'll go and put all those sugar crystals in its part. Or breadcrumbs, something he'll go and put. I still remember.
But that will leave that and move forward.
Yes.
Okay. So, if you observe the ant, what does it maximum do? Maximum amount of its waking time.
That I don't know.
Okay. Now, have you watched any birds?
Yes. I am watching on now every day.
Okay, so what does it do?
Its sleeping time is, say, along with the sun. They have particular time. Exactly, I have seen within that 10 minutes, all they will come to that tree. Maximum 10 minutes. Okay. Then after that, it's 95% done. Then morning 5 o'clock when I go also, they are not there. Just vanished.
Okay.
So every bird has got its own style of sleeping hours and all that.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. But they are with the nature, perfectly matching to nature. And cows, I know, we had around small, that Deshi cows, around 50 in my native place, I remember. I had to go along with them to forest. They also say, evening, before sunset, they will come back. That time my mother will be ready for milking. I used to do the milking of many cows, I remember. I used to get a small half liter and all that. And morning, natural time, 6 o'clock, they are awake and then give something. After eating that food, they used to go around 7:38 to forest. Evening, 5 o'clock back, 5 to 6.
Okay. In all of this, you missed something very strange thing.
Eating and sleeping, two things they do.
Yeah, so what do they... Have you watched it very closely, what it does with its mouth? Even a cow.
Cow, it is simple. It will be, what you call, whatever it has taken food. After some time, it will bring it back and that chewing it will do inside.
Yeah, it will be chewing. So,
Yeah.
the two things you can see in all the lower realm of existences, maximum time is spent on eating. In all the higher realm of existences, there is no eating, and human being is in between. Actually,
Correct.
humans are the only being who can survive without eating for a day. If you do Ekadashi or whatever that is, no other animal can do it. You can survive without having water and food also. Not only for a day, for a few days also. So the more we eat, we go into the lower realm of existence. So how do you first find out whether a person is going to lower realm or a higher realm? You watch his eating habit, you will come to know. If the person is eating too many things and keeps on relishing food all the time and says that I am a foodie, I am a foodie, I am a foodie, it's very clear that he is, after the breakup of this body, he will be directly transported to some animal existence.
Oh my God.
And yeah, Lata, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, okay. And I was just thinking about Bruno and my brownie. So they used to eat only 2 times a day. Okay. Then I was wondering, maybe if you give food, it will eat. It's not getting, it's not eating.
Hmm.
And Bruno also, I have observed when he was just 5 weeks old when I brought him home, and that person who gave him to us told that he has to be given food 4 to 5 times a day. It's a small puppy, so a little bit only it can eat. So I used to try to give, but he used to eat maximum 3 times. That's it.
Okay.
And yeah, so like that. So I was. So and even my earlier dog Brownie, he also used to eat only twice a day, and it's not very. What do you say? It's not that Bruno at least will come and watch whether we'll give something and all. But Brownie was never like that. He never used to look for food.
Yeah, so that being is getting matured into human, and human will get matured going back the earlier realm from which it has come.
Yeah, correct. Maybe, yes. That's true. Even Bruno also, if you give some, it's very strange dog. If you give some sweets and all, it will not eat. Only certain things it will eat.
Yeah,
So-
it would be having its own samskara.
Yes.
So it will go as per that samskara.
Yeah.
So you can't introduce. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, correct. And I have also seen all the other dogs here are very fat and they can hardly walk in this apartment only. And every other small kids and all make fun of Bruno, saying why you're so skinny and all that. So it looks, I think it's different. Maybe I think when any animal become so closely associated with the humans, that will also transform their consciousness in some way.
Which is
Probably.
which is equivalent to when somebody gets in touch with a divine,
Yeah.
then that person will change. So let us say if we take Krishna as an example, automatically the person becomes divine.
Yeah, correct. So if you happen to be with Krishna all the time, if you get an opportunity, of course you will also naturally become divine. Yes.
You will become divine, just like Bruno becoming divine with your grace. Something similar. So in that case, what happens? The food is reduced. So if you meet Krishna, your hunger will go away.
Yeah, that is true. So when you are in actually that blissful feeling, you don't need to eat food.
Yes, and then only then only you can be transported to the higher realm. So this is the story of food. This is Annamaya Kosha.
Yeah.
So how much time we spend in food dictates what kind of life we are going to lead in future.
I was also looking how much of food I have prepared in the kitchen for so many years,
Yeah,
right? And how much of food we have eaten for so many days and years. Tons and tons it would be, I think.
yes, and tons of tons I would have gone down also into the drain.
Yeah, correct. So that was what I was thinking last 2 days. So so much of time is spent in kitchen and buying things and cooking it, cleaning it, this, that, then you think about from your childhood how much you have eaten
Yeah.
and how much you have prepared, and all is gone. So much of effort is gone.
And nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody cares. So whatever you ate yesterday, I don't even remember. It's gone.
Yes.
So that's what why. And yeah, one more thing. Saturday for some reason, maybe I slept in some odd position or something. So my many places in my body was paining.
Okay.
And I was just checking whether I can stay without, say, taking a tablet. And I did not take at all. So I was just trying to disassociate with my body, and then you go and drop into that I essence.
Yes.
Then you naturally become blissful, and you will not, even though that pain is there, it will not trouble you in any way.
Correct.
This was what one Saturday I was doing. So Saturday full day I had this pain, and Sunday when I got up it was not there. So I think it's some odd position, something I slept not okay. So that was what I was doing on Saturday.
Okay.
And that's when I said I was not able to do this. Whenever I was trying to do that, I was slipping into that I sense.
Which is good. Good state to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we need to do is practice is we should not eat much.
Yes, I think you should try to reduce.
So I gave a pause between eat and much. That's a gap.
Yeah.
So it should fit, everything should fit in a plate. So can we do that? And should be, you can have 2 serving at the max.
Yeah, breakfast and lunch.
No. Each one you can have 2 servings. Or another way.
Each one in.
See,
I didn't understand that. Each one 2 servings means?
you go, you put it in the plate, and then you eat, and then you find that you're still hungry, and you can go and fill up again. So 2 servings. And then the mind will say, why don't I have another one? So you have to basically stop that, because food is already given. The third bite is for the mind, and your body becomes heavy. So let's say when they sit for lunch, let's say there is rice and curry and rice and something, and then again rice and curd rice, or with curds, then the food ends, let's say. So can we reduce the quantity of all the 3 so that it becomes very light? How difficult you think, or how easy you think?
For me, it is easy. I've been doing that for years. So
No, I'm asking everyone. The other 2 are silent.
because I'm talking, because I'll mute.
No, it's okay, Lata. You can talk.
Yes, we'll ask question, please clear.
No, the question here is that can we reduce the intake of food?
Definitely, yes. In my case, it's possible. I can reduce at least 30%. And I was thinking to reduce, I don't know, because of the taste, taste buds. Sitting at home.
Yeah.
But I have reduced compared to just 2 months ago what I used to eat. I have reduced. But my feeling is that I should reduce further by 30%.
No, don't put any percentage. It is like you can have two times serving in one meal. Meaning, let's say I am eating 10 idlis. Fine, no problem. I can have 10 idlis, 5 idlis in first round and 5 idlis in second round, and there ends the matter.
Yeah.
Third one is more of a taste related, meaning I feel
Correct.
very happy with the idli or with the chutney or sambar, and then somebody says that, hey, have another two. I say, yeah, okay, and then the heaviness is felt in the body. So that is not good.
Yes.
Because the moment I feel heaviness, it has landed, the mind has landed itself in the animal realm of existence.
Yeah, it goes to that, what you call tamasa, means
Yes.
you don't have energy to work.
Yes, you will not. You feel like going and sleeping.
Yes. Yeah, something heaviness.
Yes,
Heaviness
you feel
comes.
heavy.
I agree, fully agree with you.
So when we feel heavy, we cannot work. Whether it is office or otherwise, you feel like going and having a nap.
Yeah, Vilas, in that case, because the taste bud we eat, fully agreed. Now, why we should make tasty food? We should eat as much as possible in the raw stage.
No,
For example, some vegetables we can consume raw. You don't have to do anything.
no,
And when you prepare upma, no need to put 10 items to that. Make minimum, whatever. Then by then, when it is full, then you don't feel like eating further.
no, it is slightly different in humans. Is that you need to look at the nutrition factor also. So you require everything in moderation. So you put all vegetable in upma, but don't have much of upma. Or let us say I now had breakfast. I should have a very little lunch and no dinner. See, the objective here is you can stay with 2 meals
Yes.
without feeling uncomfortable, meaning without feeling challenged that I'm having only 2 meals, and slowly bring it to 1 meal.
But it should be nutritious.
It should be having all the nutrition. What you require is nutrition. You don't require
Correct.
luxurious food.
Yes.
Even though you can afford. So the more I eat, the more animal I become. The lesser I eat, the more divine I become. So now I have to choose between becoming.
So, the tiger, it eats, I heard, whatever till its stomach is full. Then
After that,
it will manage without, maybe 2 days,
Yes,
without any food.
yes, it will manage.
But during that time, it will be keep sleeping because you have to digest that.
Yes.
It is just swallowing, no? It won't do any chewing and all
Yes.
that.
So in all the animals, the chewing, the digestion happens later. First it is storing.
Yes.
In humans, you store the grain and then prepare the food. So you don't want to go in search of it again. Again, the tiger also does the same thing. It doesn't go in search of it again. So it will take as much as it wants and goes and just relaxes and it starts digesting. So 1 or 2 days it doesn't have to go and hunt again.
Yes.
Similar to what we are doing. We are storing for 1 month provision and we keep on preparing and eating. But there is a difference between humans and animals. In humans, there is something called as boredom. You get bored of eating the same thing. So you want new things. In animals, they don't have anything called as boredom because they cannot recognize between this and that. They just know that there is food. So they keep on eating food. So there is no choice. In humans, you have choice. Now the question comes, why does human have choice and why does animal don't have a choice? because of one thing called as fear. Animals and birds and insects, they have tremendous fear, so there is no choice. You just have to pick up what you get. Humans don't have fear because they are going to become divine, so there is no fear. The more divinity, the lesser the fear. The more the animalistic, the higher the fear. That is tamas.
Oh, okay. Oh, because of the God, we have some fear.
So the moment
They don't understand the concept of God.
yes, we don't understand the concept of God. So what happens here is that we fear that God is going to punish, just like what the animal will do. It has fear that another animal will come and attack, so it will pick up whatever it gets and runs away. So the difference between human and animal is animal and birds and insects and all of these have tremendous amount of fear. In humans, there is no fear as such. And if you are completely divine, there is no fear at all. You will be fearless because there is no guilt. Fear comes from guilt. See, let us say I do something and I fear that God is going to punish me. So I will go and plead that please, without knowing I did it, I'm sorry and all of that. That is guilt conscious. The more the guilt, the higher the tamas. So I do a more of temple visit because I don't want God to unnecessarily or necessarily punish me. And then I compare and say that that person has done more than what I have done, so I think you can understand why I did this. So this is the justification what the mind comes up with. So we have festivals. So when we have festival, it means that you are praising the God. So humans have created something of this festival because the fear can be taken care of. Just like I have fear of life, so I have created something called as life insurance. I'm insuring my life as though it is going to stop me from dying. And I'm fearful of spending money to hospital, so I've created something called as health insurance, not realizing that pain is not transferable. But there is fear. Letting go of fear makes you divine. Keeping the fear makes you animal. And that starts with food. So if we practice Annamaya Kosha, we have to practice all of this. And that is what he says, 164th verse. So can we do this? Padma Shri, you have muted, so what would be your answer?
Yes, we can do this.
So can you let go of fear?
Yes.
Okay. Let go of fear of job.
Yeah, that I've let gone already.
Okay. Fine. So let's go through 164th verse. Dehatma dhirev nranam asat dhyam janmadi dukkha prabhavasya bijam yata tataha tvam jahitam prayatnat tyakte tu chitte na punarbhava Asha. So before we go to this 164th verse, there is one more question I need to ask you. How does the body grow?
By absorbing nutrients from food.
Okay.
It grows.
Okay. Any other? Any other from Lata and Padmashri?
There is also another thing.
Yeah.
It grows younger age, teenage much faster, middle age slow. After about, I think, 60 years, whatever you eat, it will not grow. It will be almost same shape. It will start shrinking. When you reach 80, 90 and our shrinkage, we can see substantial shrinkage.
Yes, that is true. But the question is partially answered. Yes, it is through food the body grows, but there is something beyond the food where the body grows.
Beyond that, my thinking is the prana.
Yeah, we are going to come to prana, so we are still in the food.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
In the presence of
inside-
consciousness.
Yes, correct, Chaitanya.
Okay. So you mean to say Chaitanya is making it to grow?
I think it is not making. Without that, it will not grow. It is like what do you call? Chaitanya will. In the presence of Chaitanya, body grows. In the absence, it will not grow.
Yeah, that is correct. But Chaitanya is not making it to grow. It is least bothered.
Then growth will happen because of your mind.
No.
No?
No.
Manasu buddhi chitta ahankara.
So that the conditions are there and then it will grow.
Okay.
DNA based. DNA comes from where? If my DNA is a tall body, then it will grow tall. Fat. Food plus DNA.
Food plus DNA. Okay.
Huh.
Fine. But that is not the answer.
I have used all the parameters what I know. What is the third one?
No, there is one major one.
Which,
These are all side.
Vayu.
No, but and you are from an agriculturist family, so you should know it very well.
Some clue, huh? You have given some clue.
I have given some clue. Let's see.
You give sunlight, you give mud, you give water.
To what? You give all of that to what?
To the seed.
Ah.
Then it grows.
And now you answered it. Without the seed, there can't be anything. You can keep on giving food. There is no seed. What will grow?
But seed growth, till you reach, seed is broken into pieces. It comes out.
No.
But your question is, after that is over, when you are out of womb, then how you grow, right? Question.
No. The seed only is you.
I'm still seed, huh?
It is unmanifested and manifested, unmanifested, manifested, right?
I am seed. How to? You see, whatever you learned, you are making in the ulta direction now.
No, I'm not doing it in ulta direction. See, I'm trying to tell you how really things are happening. See, there are a lot of unmanifested things, right, at this point in time.
Yeah, that is the DNA, right? See, seed, inside the seed, avyakta, DNA is there. And the moment it is vyakta, then my body comes. For me, seed is over there. But you are telling still I am in seed. That is not clear.
Now, what is a seed then? Let us take an example of a coconut. Right. Now, how does a coconut grow? Can you give me step by step?
Okay. Now you have, I am agriculture. I know very well how it grows.
Yeah, that's the reason I gave you the clue.
Ripen coconut, if you allow to fall, don't do anything. Okay, let it be there. And the moment you have rain, it doesn't have rain also, no problem. Humidity is required. Then slowly after some time you can see coconut, one small green or white thing comes out of that. From that there are 3 holes, right? One hole is smooth through that. And inside the coconut you can see our brain kind of some white, very smooth, some growth inside. That is the food for that one. And then the roots will start slowly going downward. Once roots going downward, this is coming upward, and the shell after one rainy season, it will decay there. That becomes the manure for the same coconut. And the shell will break because it will become weak by so much of water falling on that outer shell, and the hard shell will also start breaking it. And the smooth one, what is there inside, through that roots will come, and that will become smooth. It will shrink. And you can see clean one thing coming out of that. And then it will start growing. Then after that it's visible to all. This is the process which I have observed very clearly. We used to eat that white portion inside.
Correct. That's very tasty.
Yes, very tasty.
Yes.
So here,
Yes.
Panchabhuta is clearly visible. Yes, I read some time back why you give coconut to somebody, because of Panchabhuta, perfect Panchabhuta. Panchabhuta is what you have, for example, Prithvi. That's all portion outside is all Prithvi. And then water is there, coconut inside. And then Vayu, because when you shake that coconut inside, some water and some Vayu, that is also there. Then Agni, because coconut, that inside the shell, whatever is there, we use that oil for so many things. It is Agni is there already. And then space is also inside. That's the reason it's the best thing, coconut. It will never become, when you say tengina kai, it will never become fruit. It is kai always. So that Panchabhuta is the best example. And then for any, what do you call, Kalpavruksha. Then once it is coming up, the way it is growing, every year you can say keep growing. After about 5 years, it will start giving the yield. Then it will be there for many years, and it will bend the way wherever the light is there. Accordingly, it will bend. That's the beauty of that coconut. Any tree that way. It will bend, it will go until very, very strong. You can happily climb. It will not break into pieces till the top. And one more thing is, when there's a lightning, first tree attacked by this lightning is coconut, because of the sharp edges of that leaf. And it will just burn. It will protect all of us around. It is really. And if you have the coconut, just by drinking coconut water, you will be all right health-wise. If you eat something that smooth inside, that also it's a good healthy food for you. And if you can store it for long, like that, multi-purpose.
Yeah.
I'm so attached to that. I used to climb coconut tree. Even now I can climb. I am so much attached to that.
And it has also produced so many seeds.
Yes. Yeah. And continuously throughout the year.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I have deviated to the topic, but
no, you're
it's
not
my
deviated. So you have exactly put what is coming out of a seed.
Yes.
So till the coconut decays and dies, the seed is coming from the seed only.
Yes.
So where the seed doesn't die.
seed, it has got prana.
It has prana. So,
Vegetable, see, I bring from a native place here. After keeping 10 years, if I put that seed, for example, we have the bennekai and all that, it's exactly, it will be there after 10 years also. No issue.
yes, that is correct. So, it is not by the food it is growing, it is by the seed it is growing.
The same thing is called DNA, right?
You call by whatever name. So, whatever is there in your seed,
Sattva is there inside.
yes, so whatever is there in your seed, you are doing it. You are exactly that. So, what is there in the seed?
Whole tree is there in Avyakta form.
Yeah, so what it is called as? Or what do you want to call?
See this bija.
No, what is there in the seed is the karma.
I agree, karma is there, but for trees also it's karma based, right?
Yes, everything is karma based. So the way it grows is totally different than the other one, right? Even
Yes, yes. Okay, agreed.
Yeah,
Prana is there, karma is there.
yeah, two of the coconut will not grow the same way.
No.
They will be totally different.
Yes.
One might be growing lushfully, another might not be able to grow lushfully. One might be tall, one might be short, one might be fat, one might be lean. Okay. Similarly, you have the same. So you have your karma. And you will follow your dharma. Just like a tree will follow its own dharma. So inside the karma there is dharma. And inside the dharma you have ritu. You will be born in a particular place to meet that seasonal requirement. So you'll have your own skin color, body shape and all of that. Then the major thing is the chitta. So you have a chitta niyama. So what thoughts will come to you will only come to you. Nobody else will get those thoughts. No matter what they do. This is what is you need to know. So the food is nourishing all the five. It is nourishing the seed, nourishing the karma, nourishing the dharma, nourishing the rutu and nourishing the chitta. So you have mental food and you have physical food. Physical food will keep on making the body grow just like the tree growing, but the number of fruits it can have, the way it can grow, the way it can mature, the way it can lead its life is dependent on the karma and the dharma and the rutu and the chitta. Okay, the plants and those, they don't have chitta, but from a smallest of the sentient being like an ant to humans and to devas and Brahma will have chitta. So what we are trying to establish is to make the chitta vritti nirodha. That means no further development is possible of the chitta. That means you are cutting off the rutu, you are cutting off the dharma, you are cutting off the karma and the cutting of the bija itself. And this is exactly what 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is all about. Like when you are explaining about the roots down and shoots up, that's exactly what Krishna explains. Ashwatha.
Correct.
So you should cut both. So you should cut the food to the mind and to the body.
Right.
Otherwise, they keep on growing.
More and more seeds will sprout and more seeds will be deposited.
Yes, in an avyakta form.
Yep.
So when the right opportunity comes, it starts growing.
Yeah, correct.
That is all what we are doing.
So vasanas are these seeds.
Yes, vasana are the seeds. So if you ask me how did vasana come, is because of raga dvesha moha. This is importing from Buddha's philosophy. In our philosophy, vasana, after vasana we don't know what is there. But Buddha says that vasanas are created due to raga dvesha moha. Now, what made raga dvesha moha appear in the vasana? It is cyclical. So one is dependent on the other. Just like the lamp is dependent on the flame and flame is dependent on the lamp, similarly vasana is dependent on the raga dvesha moha and raga dvesha moha is dependent back on the vasana. So if you cut,
that is true.
so if you cut raga dvesha moha, there is no vasana. Or if you cut vasana, there is no raga dvesha moha.
That's true.
So in our
If you
philosophy,
keep on enjoying,
Yes.
keep on enjoying some food, and then you will feel like eating again and again. So that vasana is becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. So you cannot get out of it.
yes, so you'll always have raga dvesha moha for that food.
And some food you don't like.
So you'll
So
have
then you
dvesha.
will not even try it.
Yes,
So
because
that again and again will go.
yes.
Same way, I was also observing why I am looking for success always. So in the office, so it's addictive. So once you get a success, that is not enough for you. You want again and again and again and again. So it goes on. So you keep on getting the same thing.
Yes, so that is how we keep on doing things.
Yeah. So the trick is not to give in to that. And you should recognize it and then not give in to that.
Yes, so you
But
cut.
not suppress it either.
Correct.
You should not suppress it either.
So don't cut the shoots, cut the root. If you trim the shoot, it is not going to help.
It will come back again.
It is never gone. It's only trimmed. Just like you have a haircut.
Yes.
Similarly
Yes.
is this. So what he says in the 164th verse is Deha Atma Dihi Eva Drinam. Drinam means is to fix something. So identification with the body. Asat Dhyam is the cause for man's attachment to the unreal. Janmadi dukkha prabhavasya bijam, of the misery of birth and all its modification. It's a seed for all the sorrow. Yataha tataha tvam jahitam prayatnat. Therefore, to destroy it, you should put in all your efforts. Tyakte tu chitte na punarbhava asha. If this identification caused by the mind is renounced, chitte. So that's the reason I told you the 5 niyamas. This is again from Buddha's teaching. This is not there in Vedanta. So I brought it to make it clear how this works. So first you have bija. Then from the bija comes the karma. From the karma you have dharma. From the dharma you have the rutu. And from that you have the chitta. So you as consciousness should renounce the chitta. Punarbhava asha. So Buddha's philosophy is about bhava tarana, cutting it. Cheda. So if you have bhava, You will be reborn again. You want to become something, so you become what you think. So stop thinking. You will not become anything, because that cuts the Rutu itself. So there should be some source somewhere for it to grow. So there is no source. Without the source, nothing can grow. So it will then fall on the dharma. So it doesn't have that dhare iti dharma, whatever it can hold, support, that itself is not there. So it falls back on karma, and that cannot hold, so it will rupture the bija. So if the bija is ruptured, there cannot be any transmigration anywhere. Any questions? So,
No, I don't have questions.
so this is the practice what we need to do in anything we are doing. So first thing, we get attracted to something, it is because of the bija. And what is there in the bija is the karma. So you know your attraction and repulsion is due to that karma. You like somebody.
So this prapancha, we are only in Vyakta form. That's it.
Yes.
Before that also Avyakta, after that also Avyakta.
Yes.
So karma can be done only during this
Vyakta.
Avyakta form. You can't do any karma.
You can't do any karma.
But when you can't do karma, will you have that feel of what you call pleasure and pain?
No,
pain
you will
pleasure?
not have, but it will be there in the seed form.
It's equivalent to deep sleep.
Yes, absolutely.
But Jagrata, no possibility of any Jagrata.
No possibility any Jagrata.
This one, any seed, based on karma only, it will start sprouting.
Yes. You can check it out, but even if you take this dhania seed and then put it in the ground.
Yeah, no, I am doing it. I am doing it, yes.
So you will find that
That's why I am doing myself here, yes.
yeah. So if you look at, if you put 20, you will not get 20 coriander plants.
Correct.
Why? But the remaining didn't have that potency, right? Same way. So what is in nature is in you. So you are not anything different than nature. So if you don't give food, you will not have rebirth. So tomorrow we can go to Pranamaya Kosha. So don't give food, you are done.
I will reduce food today.
And then you have to reduce the mental food. Physical food is one part, mental food is
Yeah,
another
the thing is, mental food reduction means don't read anything, don't listen to anything unnecessary. Only do your minimum that work which is required for office. That means you are asking me to do dhyana.
Yes. Yes. The more you engage yourself, you are giving food. See, now we'll take an example, but now let's say there is a Veda Goshti. Okay. So is it physical or is it mental? It is mental. Okay. So the moment you spend 2 hours in that, your mind is filled with that. Now somebody talks.
Filled with Veda Goshti.
Yes, Veda Goshti.
But that's a peace of mind.
No, wait.
That is a peace of mind.
No, we will see whether it is a peace of mind is there or pieces of mind is there. So now somebody insults that. Now what happens?
If I am not sattvic, I'll immediately become
you just come out of Veda Goshti or whatever you have done. Like you meet one Madhva, that guy doesn't know anything, and then he starts saying that Hari Sarvottama, Vayu Jivottama, and he gives a a long talk on that, and then he starts pushing down Shankara. Okay, so your mind get disturbed. So immediately Dvesha from the seed form becomes Vyakta. Okay, now he praises Shankara. From the seed form you get the raga.
Yes.
So you
Naturally, it happens.
now you are created the vasana. Okay, now what happens? You will be again reborn in a home where Veda Goshti is going to be there.
Yes.
So you are circling here only.
But with your maturity of understanding philosophy of all this, you have no issues. Either he praises or he blames, no
Yeah.
problem.
Yes.
You will be still peace of mind with the Veda Goshti. Now what you are telling is, if you don't have raga and dvesha, continue with the Veda Goshti, no problem.
Yes,
Whichever
absolutely.
gives you peace of mind, do it.
Yes. Don't believe
I
that.
agree with that. Fully
Yeah,
agree with
don't believe that that is giving you the peace of mind. You should not feel.
There I have doubt.
Yeah, I'm telling you that is,
Anything, if I like mathematics, if I like music, if I keep doing, I have no issues. Suddenly there is a disturbance, disconnect, no problem. But till then I am doing, I am engaged, I am happy, I am peace of mind. There is no
no,
issue, right?
you are not. You are conditioned by that. So you created a vasana. Without that, you will not have peace of mind.
That means if I do dhyana, if I get peace of mind, I am attached to dhyana.
No, dhyana is one thing where you cannot get attached.
I think some people, if they don't do dhyana at that time, they feel very uncomfortable.
No, wait. So there are, what is dhyana? It is English nearest word talks about concentration. It actually, dhyana makes oneness. So if you are one with everything, then there is no problem. If again it is conditioned,
Yeah. I think you have answered properly. With the Purnatva dhyana, if you do, perfect.
Yeah, again, because this is like
If you do
Veda
only one amsha of that one, prapancha, only one Veda, then it is incomplete.
Yes, it's
You are doing
incomplete.
only Veda. What about other? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think very good answer.
Yeah, so ekagrata is created as one, it's like one pointedness, but it is not the meaning. The actual meaning is oneness.
Oneness. Yeah.
You should feel one with everything.
Yes.
So it is Purnatva.
Yes.
So when you are in Purna, there is no part at all, right?
That means from today onwards, I am not a follower of any Gurujis, and I will be happy even if I don't have Veda. That is what I should do.
Yes, because you are creating vasana.
Yeah.
So the more the vasana, the worse it gets. It's not that something is wrong with that. You will again come back. That's all. So the question now is whether you want to liberate or you want to come back.
Yeah, but that is Adhara for me. The moment that Adhara is gone, I feel that I am again lost.
Yes. And every Aadhaar
You should
card.
not get a feel of losing because you don't possess anything.
Yes. So the thing is, every Aadhaar card will give you that possession.
Number.
So what we need to do for liberation is to create Niradhara. Niradhara. No support anywhere. Niradhara means, yeah, go ahead.
The real sense, it is like that. There is no support.
Actually, there is no support.
You're always without any anchor. We
Yes.
think we want to hold and then say this is our anchor and that's our anchor, but there is actually nothing
Yeah.
is there.
In the Paramatma, there is no anchor. In the Atma, there is anchor. So if you are in Paramatma, then you don't have to worry. But if you are in Atma, you keep on creating anchor. You have to take refuge in one or the other. So now from theist you will become atheist. So Shankaracharya's philosophy is atheist philosophy. As far as Vivekachudamani goes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it is time, I guess, 9:31.
Yep.
Yes.
So we'll meet
So
with
Advadhara,
Pranamaya.
Sadadhara, Sadalamba, Vivekachudamani.
Yeah. So now you will get Viveka, what to do and what not to do. See,
Yes.
another thing, but I'm not trying to say that you should not attend those classes what you're attending. Go
No, I
and-
got your message. See, I don't feel bad or good.
Yes.
I got message.
Yeah, don't feel bad. Don't, if somebody is praising it, don't feel too happy about it. If somebody condemns it, don't get worked up. That is his problem, because his bija is like
I'm
that.
not conditioned. I'm not conditioning any of
Yes.
this. That's what you said. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I might have to drop off. I have a call at 9:30.
Yeah. Same here.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks everyone.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
then.
you.
Okay. Thanks a
Bye.
lot.
Thanks. Bye. Bye.